Okay. Good morning. So today's class is all about introduction to Instagram. Okay. So as we have understood from the previous classes about YouTube. Okay. Um, we have everything. For example, all the settings that we need ever. Okay. In terms of content, in terms of migration, content migration from one platform to another platform. That's also possible. Okay, and same content can be republished and shared with everyone, right?
Mm,
So let me just give you a brief of what is Instagram. So Instagram, as you know, that everybody uses Instagram on a daily basis, right? um, so Instagram is has become one of the most viable social media for a short format videos. Okay, what do you mean by short format videos? In Instagram, unlike YouTube, you will not be able to find a long videos, right? Because the design itself, the algorithm itself, has been designed in such a way, right? Now, how we say that in the YouTube has its algorithm, and we sometimes have to uh, um, you know follow the guidelines, so to speak, of understanding how the algorithm works and how it ranks and how it shares the content with other audience, right? In Instagram also something similar happens. Okay, however, in Instagram there's not one algorithm that is working. Okay, there's a major difference. In Instagram you have multiple um, algorithms. Okay, so if all they have introduced it in such a way so that they can give you a personalized experience for you. Okay, based on your interest and based on the kind of reel that you go through, right? For example, if you go scroll through Instagram reels. Okay, and then if you watch a certain reel, and then again if you scroll down, you'll find something similar. Okay, but however, if you skip very quickly, then Instagram algorithm knows that you probably are not interested in that content. So what happens? It does not get feed it in your algorithm, in your personalized algorithm. Okay. Now, let us understand that what are the key things to keep in mind whenever we're trying to um, learn Instagram or start a business account or personal account or whatever account. Um, we want to understand few things before that, right? Now, we have to understand the purpose and the benefit of using Instagram for digital marketing. Okay. Learn about the platform's key feature, target audience, and demographics. Okay. After that, what we'll learn is we'll learn in this masterclass, we'll learn creating a business account, how to set up a business account for your brand or company, and how to optimize your profile with compelling bio, profile picture, and contact information. Right? There are several tools, especially there are several nowadays. There are several AI tools that can be used to create or generate content according to your need. Right? Now you can use Canva to create thumbnails, or you can create Canva to create short reels. You can be creative and you can go ahead and edit. And if you are into if you know editing softwares like Photoshop, even they have started incorporating AI.
mm,
So what happens with when Photoshop introduces AI modules in their software? It becomes far more powerful. It becomes far more creative. Okay, and then it gives you a lot of accessibility to create content. Right now, the features of Photoshop on an with the AI module, you can go ahead and research about it on YouTube or Google. You'll be able to find out more. Okay.
mm.
Okay, great. Um, just give me 1 second. Please bear with me. Okay, so sorry about that. Let me just continue. Uh, So, so after creating a business account, how to create and how to set up and how to optimize, we have to understand the content strategy, right? Now, for example, you're working as a freelancer, or you're working for a brand, or you're working for a company as a digital marketing analyst or a manager, social media manager, then obviously content strategy is something that you'll come across and daily, right? It'll be a daily to do. Okay. And so how to develop a content strategy that aligns with your brand and or the client or the target audience, we will discuss that. How to identify the types of content you want to share, like for example, videos, photos, and stories, that can also be that will also be covered. Okay. And just give me 1 second. So what we'll also do is how to create visually appealing and engaging content. Now there has to be some strategy on creating content which is very good, right? Now, you might say that but then that needs a lot of creativity to create content. But then, technically, if you ask me, across the world, there are so many people posting so many reels. Everybody is not as equally created as, the professionals and graphic designers or content producers, right? So what Instagram has done is Instagram has given a lot of tools, and it has also made it very easy for you to create content, apply filters and add tags, and share it with people, and to make it much easier, simpler for a layman to just become a content creator, right? However, there are certain tools, there are certain strategies that we can put in place so that we can understand how to create visually appealing content. Okay. Now, after that, what we will discuss is hashtag and discoverability. Now, understanding the importance of hashtags and how they can improve or increase the discoverability of your content is very, very important. And we will discuss it in details. After that, research and relevant hashtags to reach a wider audience. Now, how to research and how to use certain hashtags. Now, for example, you're creating a content. It's very good and it looks visually appealing. Now you want to post it. Now, if you post it without adding relevant keywords or hashtags, how would it reach the intended audience, right? So we will discuss how to explore and how to um, understand how to research and what are the tools involved. What is the strategy involved? We'll discuss that. Okay. Now, engagement and community building. Now, engagement and community building is a technique. So, it's a technique to create your own tribe, so to speak, to create your own audience, to create your own niche, okay? A community wherein you are building that community from scratch, and you're nurturing that community and making sure that you are providing content continuously. For example, it might happen that you might end up watching a couple of YouTubers, and their content. You might end up watching their content, thinking that okay, well, let me watch once or twice. Maybe you feel like it, right? But then later on, whenever they upload content and you get notified, and if you're subscribed, you'll get notified. You'll come to know that by default, you'll feel watching more of the content which they share because they have created a niche. So, and then like you, there'll be so many other people who will also be interested in some certain topics, right? So it might happen that you all can will be under one umbrella or one community, one tribe, so to speak, and then that is how the engagement or community building is done by that YouTuber, right? Similar technique can be has to be used in Instagram as well, and we will discuss further as to how to do it. And then see, foster a sense of community. Like, it's very important that you have created a community, people are engaging in your content, and people are being a part of your journey. Now you have to create a sense of community by actively participating in conversations, right? You have to collaborate with other influencers, other followers. If somebody is messaging you or DMing you, okay, you have to respond. You have to engage with them. If somebody doesn't, if most of the people do not like certain content, or certain part of the content, you can go ahead and take feedback and edit and work on it, right? So these kind of activities showcase your audience or your target demography, that yes, you are there to serve them, you are there to build the community, and you are a content producer or content creator who actually values audience and their opinions. Okay, I'm not saying that all the opinions you have to take. No, majority. Let's say, for example, if you are using a content and you are putting certain type of loud music, right, in your as a background, and what you're saying actually in the reel is not quite audible. It might happen that out of 100 people who have watched it, 70% of people might comment or message, or you know tell you in such certain way, communicate with you, saying that, what, it would have been better if you use some other music, right, background music. So these are the feedback mechanisms which are in place with Instagram, and that is how we will make sure that we will incorporate that feedback mechanism in all our projects, so that we can understand from the community that we're building what they want, and value their time, and value their presence in that community, right? So that comes under engagement and community building, which we will discuss further, right? Now, Instagram advertising. So Instagram also has advertising, just like Meta and just like all the other social media. So basically, how we can leverage different ad types, campaign settings, and explore the options which are available on Instagram. We have photo ads, we have video ads, we have carousel ads, and we have story ads, right? So there are these type of different ads that we can use, and how to use it, and what is the best way, what are the best practices, we'll share that. Okay, and understanding the targeting option, budgeting, and campaign optimization techniques. So we will discuss in details about that too. Okay, going forward, we will discuss about how influencer marketing works, right? So basically, Instagram has a lot of content creators. All the content creators, uh, they have only one thing in my target, as to grow their followers, right? People who are creating content and uploading it, okay, their intention is to make sure that they create a following, they create a community. Okay, and to serve the community, they're very disciplined enough to keep on consistently produce quality content, which people like to consume, right? People like to. So by understanding how influencer marketing works, okay, and how, for example, if you create a brand for the first time, it's not possible overnight that you gain so many followers, and it's not that simple, right? So what I can do, I can communicate, I can collaborate with other influencers, or I can have some strategy, some type of campaign, of influencer campaign, and see what is the impact that they bring, what is the value that they bring for your reach and engagement. Okay, after that we'll learn Instagram analytics. So basically, Instagram analytics refers to the fact that we have certain analytical tools in Instagram to track and analyze the performance of your post, your engagement rates, and your follower growth. Right now, after that, we'll also see data-driven decision making. Okay, to refine your content strategy. Okay, what happens is, for example, when you have certain data about about your channel, how it is performing, and how it is coming about in terms of um, engagement, then we can understand that it is quite useful to have the report in front of you, the data in front of you. Okay, like in front of a dashboard, with which you will be able to understand, okay, this type of content works for this kind of audience. Okay, and this is the demography that is interested in this type of content, and at this time, using this location. There's so many factors involved, right? So we will discuss that in details as well, right? After that is advanced strategies, right? So in advertising, what happens is, There are everybody's, who have a budget can advertise, but what is your strategy before a paid advertisement campaign? What is your strategy to go ahead with an organic approach, right? Like, for example, Instagram stories, IGTV, okay, or Instagram shopping features. So these are the things which you can do, from an organic perspective before you go on to a paid campaign. What happens is it creates a foundation, it creates a base for you to go ahead and grow on it, right? And then when you create some traction, and then when you apply advanced techniques, um, and go for paid advertisement campaigns, you will see a lot of value being created for your Instagram channel. Yeah. So we will discuss those strategies in details. Coming to monitoring and optimization. So monitoring and optimization simply refers to the fact that there has to be a mechanism for you to monitor your Instagram account uh, on a regular basis to check the performance of how well your Instagram channel is performing. Okay. And then based on the level of performance, you can adjust or you can modify your strategy. So how to do it and how can it be efficiently achieved, we will discuss that in future as well, right? So after that is implementing A/B testing and experiment with different content format. Okay, so there has to be an effort from every digital marketing analyst or expert to experiment with content formats. What happens is you never know which one will become viral or which one will become most liked, right? Or which one will create attraction, or which ones are not creating any traction. So that kind of insight we will get once we implement certain strategies. So we'll discuss that under monitoring and optimization. Okay. All right. So let's begin. I hope the point of discussion for this masterclass of Instagram is clear, right? We will now go through um, each and every pointers um, in details, which will enhance your knowledge base about Instagram, and then you will, by the end of this class, you'll be more confident to go out there and publish with the learnings that you have acquired. You will see a lot of difference between a person who is actually applying these strategies after learning versus a person who is not, right? So let us understand the purpose and benefit of using Instagram for your digital marketing efforts. Okay. So yeah, the purpose is simple, as we discussed earlier. Instagram serves as a powerful platform for businesses to connect with target audience, right? Everybody is on Instagram, right from 14 years old, to let's say 90 years old. Everybody is nowadays using Instagram. It might happen that degree of usage may differ. It might happen that some age group are more active than others. However, Instagram at one point of time will be acquiring more customers because the amount of people who are leveraging or who already know the value of Instagram, it's increasing, right, on a daily basis. So there is more traction on Instagram platform than any other platform. Okay. Now, so now we have learned that it's a very powerful platform for our business, okay, or for your client's business, right? Now, what are the benefits? So the benefits is very simple, if you ask me. To reach a wider audience, which means Instagram has over 1 billion active users. Okay, billion active users. That's a lot of users. Okay, now they offer a wide range, a vast audience base. Okay, for you to target and retarget and engage with. So basically, what it means is Instagram has over 1 billion users, right? So if you are trying to capture a market, okay, and then if you're trying to promote your product or service, and if your product and service becomes viral, and then it becomes a part of the content personalization algorithm of Instagram for all the active 1 billion or more users, then you can imagine what is the number of traction that you'll get on your video, right? You'll get so many views, you might get so many likes, you might get so many connections, and out of those huge number of active users, even if you get a small percentage of people following you, you yourself will have a lot of followers, right? So that is what the basic mathematics here is. The more content you produce, the more chances of you or your channel to go in front of a billion active users on Instagram and leverage that fact that it's already, the infrastructure is already there. Fair enough. Now, reaching a wider audience um, is one of the ways. Okay, but how to reach wider audience? Now, reaching wider audience, everybody wants to, but how to? Right? By creating visual storytelling. So Instagram, is the first of its kind platform wherein it visual is the first thing that comes, which is paid most attention to as compared to any other platform. So if you look at YouTube for that matter, YouTube is a little different in that approach. YouTube is not a short format platform. Okay, although YouTube does have shorts, YouTube Shorts, which has recently been introduced, and they also have a community feature which they're building right now. It's there, but then it's still brands are uh, still, content creators and brands have to do a little bit more effort in getting that um, active 1 billion user mark, right, as Instagram. So visual storytelling platform means it has been designed in such a way that you see the reel first. Okay, very short reel, and then you like the content, you save it, okay, or share it with others, right, and then follow that person, because whenever the person uploads a new content, your feed will get updated with that. Okay, so visual storytelling, Instagram has done a very good job with that. Now that enables businesses to tell a story, the brand story. Okay, and then use images, videos, which will, in case in case if you have let's say you have an electronic brand. Okay, you can create very good electronic product photographs, okay, using AI or using tools like Canva or Photoshop, and then you can publish it on Instagram. And if you're consistent with that, you might see a traction building, right? The more traction is built, the more eyeballs will be on that content, because the content will now get a far wider audience than you would have without a very eye-catching or visual storytelling content. Okay. Now, brand awareness and recognition. So Instagram helps in increasing your brand visibility and recognition. Now, by default, if there are 1 billion active users and my brand is there, and I'm posting every day and I have like million followers, by default, I'm reaching out to a million people in an instant, right? I will I will not have to worry whether, with print media, with other older traditional marketing efforts, it was quite difficult to quantify that. It is quite difficult to achieve that feat, right? So it is much easier to go to Instagram and create a brand awareness and recognition. And this system has is very new. Before Instagram, it was quite difficult for brands to create their brand recognition, right? Although they were still using Facebook and trying to promote their products and services on Facebook. However, with the short content format platform and consistent content creation, it becomes quite easy, and it becomes really efficient in promoting your brand or creating brand awareness of what your brand does, right? So with the help of Instagram, you will be able to achieve that goal. Okay. Now, next is engage and build relationships. Instagram's interactive features like collaboration, partnering with relevant influencers in your industry can help your reach, increase brand capability, and tap into new customer segment. Okay, so basically, what they are trying to say is with Instagram's so many active users, one more than 1 billion active users, so they are constantly engaging with you know, Instagram's content, right, as a platform. Now you can instantly, okay, start taking advantage, or I would say start leveraging on the fact that infrastructure for certain tasks have been already solved, have been already provided by Instagram, right? So it helps to build a relationship, a certain relationship with your people, with your tribe, with your community, right? Why? Because now whenever you're uploading content, since your community wants to get more data on that, more content on that, they can approach you and you can go in the right direction and making content for yourself. Okay. After that is engage and okay, sorry. After that is influencer marketing opportunities. Now, what does Instagram do to create influencer marketing? So, Instagram is a hub for influencers collaboration. So, if you are a collaborator, okay, if you're willing to collaborate with fellow Instagram content creators, it becomes a win-win situation for both. Okay, I'll give you an example. Let's say I have 10,000 followers. Okay, and in your batch, you especially have 10,000 of your own. Okay, or I have less followers right now because it's a new brand. However, I can now collaborate with you. Okay, send a message, collaborate with you, and get get the same content that you're publishing across their channels as well. So what happens? Your outreach has increased. Okay, because now you have 10,000 followers, the other person also has 10,000 followers, right? When you combine forces, what happens? As a single entity, you will have great opportunities. Okay, you will be able to, you will be able to engage with other influencers and see what is the impact, what is the value addition to your brand. Okay, now comes analytics and insights. So Instagram provides a built-in analytics tool. Okay, so those tools are called in, insights. Okay, and business account features are also available, which are about your audience, your post performance, your engagement metrics, and all that. Okay, now let us learn about the platform's key feature. Okay, target audience and demography. Now, when I say key feature of Instagram, everybody talks about reels. Although reels are important, and reels are, again, these are reel is one of the key feature. However, we must have to keep in mind feed is also a feature of Instagram. Stories is a feature. Explore, IGTV, and reels. These all five key key features help your Instagram channel to grow, right, and to create the traction, the intention that we have, right? So, what is the Instagram feed? So, Instagram feed is where users see the latest post from the accounts they follow. If in case I have started following you, okay, and you are, you know, publishing a content or creating a video or something like that, what happens is you will you'll be able to, go ahead and make use of the feeds, okay, of feature. Okay, now if you have lots of content, okay, lots of videos, um, Instagram gives you an opportunity to post the latest from your account. Okay, and also you can post from the accounts that you follow. Okay, The post, when I say the post, which means to see the post of the people whom you follow. Now, um, let's say I've started a electronics business. Now, in my local area or demographic, I want to see an Instagram feed of all the latest electronic or electric city related content, right? So what I'll do is I want my Instagram feed to be filled with such content. So how will I do? Simple way is to start following people or influencers who are in that industry, right? And then with little bit of research, I can just find them and then follow them. You start following 10 or 12, 20 in the influences, you'll see a massive impact on what it does for your brand or for your channel. Okay. Now stories. Instagram stories are temporary posts that disappear after 24 hours. If you publish a story on Instagram, it will be available for 24 hours and after that it will be deleted. Right. So basically, the reason why they have done it is because they don't want this platform to become like YouTube. They want a spontaneous, very quick, very fast content sharing platform, right? So that's why we have all the short reels and short, um, s- short format of content, which can be consumed faster, and then people can keep scrolling and go about the day, right? Ex- Now the next point is explore. Explore page showcases curated content tailored to each user's result, interest, or their niche, right? So it's pretty self-explanatory that when you explore, it will showcase all the results of all the content, or the type of content or the type of influences that you want to watch. Simple. Okay. What is IGTV? Now, IGTV is a long form video feature. Okay. Now, can I upload? Can I do live or can I? Yes, you can go live on Instagram. Now, can you integrate long format? Yes. But is it very popular? No. Is it encouraged? Maybe. Not sure. Okay. Because sometimes putting content which is too heavy or too long, it might happen that your community people might lose interest because they're just scrolling down, right? Your human brain always likes to get something fresh, something new, right? Be it food items or be it clothes or be it anything in life. Similarly, we have certain of those features here on Instagram where your messages are deleted every 24 hours. However, you still have IGTV where a long format can be uploaded. Okay. Now, last but not the least, Reels. As we all know, Reels is a short video format. Okay. So, short form video format wherein the Reels are less than 20 seconds. Okay. The moment you create anything above that, that will get positioned automatically for that will get positioned in such a way that your target audience will be able to get those content, okay, or consume those content right away, saying that it's a long format video. However, reels, they're it's only short, and then Instagram encourages people to create more and more reels. Fair enough. Any questions till now? Is it all clear? Okay, so let me see. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. So now let's move on to the next topic, which is target audience. Now, target audience. What do you mean by target audience? Earlier in previous, classes, we have discussed about target audience in details, right? So let us discuss it again here. Your target audience. okay, for your brand or service has to be decided by you, right? For example, if I'm making sunglasses, okay, for people who are, who love to mountain, um, you know, who love to mountain trekking, or maybe they take a motorcycle and go for drives. Okay, so, and if you're creating a sunglass for them, your target audience will be someone who is above 18 years old. Okay, when you have a license, and they might go doing vlogs or motor rides, right? Now, is everybody your customer of your brand? The answer is no, right? So identifying your customer, okay, is basically same principles that is applied here to identify your own you know audience, target audience. Once you have identified that, then you can cater to that community, or you cater to that special niche that you have created, and people who have followed that niche, you can cater to them in a very much efficient way. Okay, now, target audience, we also have to, as we discussed, it can be as young as 14 and as old as 90. Okay, so based on the age, also we can create content and use all the knowledge that we have gained to make sure that it only becomes stronger and stronger by day. Okay, now, what are demographics? So, demographics simply refers, while Instagram's user base is diverse, okay, there are certain ways to approach, and there are certain ways to make sure that people in your particular niche, they get the content which you have developed, okay, keeping them in mind. Okay, a lot of people, they make this mistake, especially new beginners, um, or new YouTubers, or social media influencers, who call them influencers. Those people, what they do is they create a general content and expect everyone to start following it. Instead of that, if you do reverse engineering of that, you'll understand, okay, if I do age based content creation, keeping in mind, I create a tribe, I create a community, I create a niche, and then I will have that approach, that will be much easier. So platform is popular amongst the users age 18 to 34. Okay, Instagram. Now, with a significant portion being younger users in teens and in their early 20s, right? Now, you know that Instagram uses certain age, and it values certain age group, right? So, Instagram targets, not targets, but I would rather say Instagram has an intention of creating content and creating a platform for people who are between the age of 18 to 34, right? Why? Because that is the age which is most active on Instagram, right? And amongst those people, people who are younger are in more in line with the Instagram's principle, that yeah, these are the group who are more active, because they love to share content, they love to see their friends what they've done, and simply it's simply a viral thing amongst teens, right? So they love to see the brands, they love to see their favorite athletes, they love to see their favorite stars, collaborate with influencers, create their own tribe, consume content which they like. Okay, and then people who are between 18 to 34, their likes and dislikes will change over the period of time, right? So now they are always hungry for new content. So that is why they subconsciously they are very active on Instagram. Okay, now Instagram was designed as a mobile first service or product or software, right? So now you can access Instagram on web browser, okay, and start using it. However, it was designed mainly for a mobile platform. Okay, why? Because most of the teenagers or most of the young people, everybody has mobile phones, and they will be able to use or leverage the fact that all the infrastructure is already there, right? For them to watch content. Now it becomes it very very easy, because first of all they have a certain level of targeting of users, and then they have understood, okay, these are the people who are mostly on their smartphones, right? That is why they have created first of its kind, only mobile first application approach. Okay, that doesn't mean that it doesn't have web application. It does. However, their approach is more on mobile, and which is fair enough, because we ourselves are on YouTube or Instagram or Twitter on our phones, right? Who have very rarely people will open a laptop and then start exploring these platforms, just in keeping in mind if they want to consume the content. Okay, so that is very rare. But if they are creators, then it's a completely separate story. Okay, now let's understand demographics. Demographics, as we have covered in YouTube class as well, demographic for Instagram user base is absolutely diverse. Similarly, YouTube's diversity is also something similar to Instagram's. It's just that Instagram is focused in certain areas, which YouTube is very open about. Okay, now the if according to the study, right, gender, Instagram has fairly equal distribution of male and female users. Okay, same goes with YouTube. I think it has a fair exchange of male and female. Okay, but don't quote me on this, because I haven't done the exact research in the morning today now, whether what is the percentage of user base, whether are the majority of females or males. So I haven't done that. If you're interested, you can go and find out more about it. Right now, you know that it's gender wise, it's both are equal, like male and female. So it's okay. You can, whatever content you produce, it will be in front of both the genders, right? Now, geography simply stands that Instagram has a global reach, because you can have Instagram in UK, US, on the Southeast Asian countries, Asian countries, and OPEC countries, so to speak. Everywhere around the world, it has crossed boundaries and has become one of the most recognized platform across. Right. After that comes social economics status. So social economic status simply refers to the fact that Instagram appeals to users across various social economic backgrounds, but it tends to have higher concentration of users from urban areas and higher income brackets, which means uh, what in terms of social economics strategy, what Instagram uses, it targets young people for sure. It targets age between 18 to 34 for sure. Out of that 18 to 34, most of the active users are 18 to 20 or 21 or 22, right? And what they have done is they have put a focus. They have put certain concentration of users which are from urban areas. Okay, unlike rural areas, they accept um, they accept all, but then they focus more on higher income group or urban people, right? Urban consumers. Why is that so? Because Instagram, for example, if you are engaging with certain content, and then in that content you have gone through the bio and checked the link and all that, and somebody is trying to sell t-shirt. I'm just giving an example. You have seen the description, and there's a logo, and there is a write up, and there is a URL that you can find out. There's a call, for telephone number. So you will go ahead and make sure that everything is sorted and done, and then you will have a great understanding, okay, of social economic status, okay, of Instagram's strategy. Why? That doesn't mean that Instagram does not favor poor people. No, what it simply means that the redirection part, okay, the redirection part, okay, or um, any sort of when it comes to social impact on platform, Instagram has recently revealed that their content is more relevant in urban areas instead of rural areas. Okay, now let us understand how to set up an Instagram account for your business, okay, or for your client, or for yourself, or for anyone. Okay, so first we have to visit the app. Okay, apps, we have to download and you have to install it, and then sign up for the account if you don't have the account already, right? Now after you sign up the account, it'll ask you for the email address and phone and verify that, and or you can connect Meta. You can connect Meta option, and that should take up all the information that you already have into Instagram's page. Okay, and then you have to you put a username, that whatever username that you want to put, and that's it. I mean, you click on the next button. There you will find that by tapping on the profile page of the person icon, which is located at the bottom right of the screen. If you click on that, and if you go to settings and then go to account, you will be able to switch to professional account or business account. Fair enough. So that is how you your convert your personal account to a business account. Okay. What are the uses? You'll ask, okay, what's the purpose of it? What if I don't want it? Yeah, fine, fair enough. If you don't require that facility, that's completely fine. It's not a mandatory. But if you have certain targets or goals in your mind, then this will certainly help. Okay. Any questions till now?
Not much.
Okay, great. All right. So let's now we have discussed about connecting Facebook. Okay. So after that, you have to complete your business profile. It will ask you a few other details about business. Your name, for example, your business name, your contact number, your working hours, and this and that. Okay. Basic information. Okay. And then once you have the profile ready, okay, you can start posting. Okay. So the moment your profile is ready, you can start engaging. Okay. Let me scroll down. Okay. Please give me a moment here. Let me just go through this. Okay. So let us now, I think, start understanding what are hashtags. So hashtags, okay, they play a very very crucial role as we discussed earlier, right? So hashtag, we can do a lot of categorization, okay, or industry wise separation, right? So a hashtag allow you to categorize your content based on the relevant topic, theme, or keywords. They help you organize content across various accounts and make it discoverable to a wider audience. It might happen that you might have multiple Instagram accounts, right? Or if you can have just one Instagram account. So hashtags will help you reach audience which you otherwise wouldn't be able to reach if you do not use optimization techniques like hashtag, right? Now, it also increases your visibility. Okay, the content becomes more visible before your followers. Okay, beyond just your followers, I'm sorry. So basically what it means is not only people who follow you will see the content, but also people who are beyond that. Okay, a person who's not following you, okay, can also and see your content, and then engage with it, and if they like it, they can subscribe and follow, and they will be you will be adding more users on a daily basis by doing that. Okay, by doing the right kind of hashtag. Now, trending topics and virality. Okay, so what are trending topics? So trending topics or trending hashtags simply represent popular topics which people are talking about. What is the latest news? What's the latest event? Okay, now it can be an international event, it can be a domestic event, it can be a local event. Okay, so it doesn't matter which event it is. It is just that that feature is available on YouTube as well as on Instagram. Okay, wherein you will be able to use hashtags, okay, to add value to your content and put your content in front of so many other people who are not following you yet. Okay, so to do hashtag, it's quite it's a research mentality that we need to have. So basically what the research says that the more and more research that we do about keywords or hashtags, the better we get. So do not simply copy paste from Google. If you type hashtags for this for electronic page, okay, if you copy paste it, then it wouldn't have that value, right? It might, and then you might have repetitive um, hashtags, which will hinder your visibility rather than give value to it. Okay, and let me just check. Yeah, so there are tools available in the market. Okay, there are hashtag generating tools, or there are to understand the trends. You can go to trends.google.com. That's a good website where you can find out the latest trends. Fair enough. Okay, let now go to the ads, right? So as I was discussing in the beginning, that there are a few types of ads. The number one is photo ad, video ad, carousel ad, story ads, right? So these ad campaigns will allow you to create an ad for your brand, for your product, and put it across to a wider audience. So let me just what I'll do is tomorrow we will go ahead and create an ad, okay, and we will do live practical advertisement for photo ad, video ad, carousel ad, and story ad on one of the Instagram channels that I have. So that will give you a clear indication, and it will give you also a chance to see the live creation of ad and how to manage that. And then if you practice it once or twice, that should be good enough, and you'll see how it impacts your the journey. Okay, so basically in photo ads, there'll be a single image. Okay, the which is added to Instagram feeds, right? Now, just like a post. Now, it can be created on Canva. It can be created on Photoshop. It can be created using any medium. Doesn't matter, right? But you have to keep in mind, you have to keep it very eye-catching, very compelling designs, and visually very appealing, right? Now, if you have certain design elements to it, it will become popular over the period of time, over a certain period of time. But you can create, put one image, put an ad as an ad, and use what are the best practices. You have to use high quality images. You have to use engaging images, as I have mentioned earlier, right? Now, you need to have a very clear CTA, okay, to encourage users to do the desired action. For example, now you create a post, okay. So, what is the CTA? CTA is call to action. Now, you can create a button, okay, which will be hyperlinked to your website's purchase page, right? For example, if you put a post saying that electronic sale of the day, right? Any electronic above 5,000 rupees will get 50% discount only for today. Click at the link below and then avail that, right? So if I'm interested in consumer products and I want to buy something electronic, consumer item. So and if I come across Instagram channel which says click on this link below and you will get 50% discount. If I click on it, it gets redirected to my website. So that button which you have created, that button is a call to action. Okay. So whatever you want the users to do, okay, the desired result that you want for them to do, okay, that process is called CTA. Okay. So CTA button, call to action button, it's very, very important for especially photo ads. I mean, not only photo ads, but all the ads, but especially for photo ads, since it's a single image, right? Now, similarly, video ad could be a short format, long format, but then mostly short format. Okay. And again, you will have CTA, a clear CTA, where you can create a button saying that click below, and then moment the people click on it, it will get redirected to a different website, and then when they make a purchase, you have close the sale, right? So that's exactly how you have to think about it, and um, going forward, do the particular setup. Okay. Now, next is carousel ads. Carousel ads allow you to showcase multiple images or videos within a single ad. How is it different from photo or video? As you know, what is a carousel? Carousel is more like a slideshow, more like a slider, which is on any website, right? For example, if you might have gone across or come across websites where you know the on the landing page itself, they will have certain images doing from in an animated way. They are they're sliding across, right, automatically. Okay. So they can have more multiple images. They can have 10 images, 12 images. Okay. And then they can hyperlink all of them, and then when the moment people click on it, it gets redirected to a payment plan, and then there are higher chances of parents, or there are higher chances of, for example, if you're doing for coding classes, or if you're, for example, if you're doing for your own brand, let's say you want to start the ad for electronics, then there are higher chances that in carousel ad they will be able to see multiple products. Okay. Not only just one product. So if you're selling electronic items and you're saying 50% off, it is better to use a carousel ad, and you can showcase, like, let's say, five types of different electronic products that you're selling, right? Similarly, if there are any courses or something and parents want their kids to learn the courses, right? So what they can do is they can use a carousel ad wherein they will be able to see different types of courses being offered, right? And parents can click on it, and then, for example, if the parent thinks, okay, let me click this particular course, and my child will be able to learn that. So that the moment they click on it, and it should be redirected to the payment page of your website, and then once they make the purchase, that's a win-win situation for you. Okay, so that means your ad campaign is successful. Your carousel ad campaign is successful. Okay. Similarly, story ads. Now, what is story ads? A story ad is basically, um, okay, 1 second. Okay, there we go. Story ad is basically, it appears in Instagram stories. Okay, it's a full screen ad, But the only disadvantage is it disappears after 24 hours, right? Now, if you want your ad to run continuously, then you need to select the package accordingly, and then you can keep on uploading on story ad, maybe on a weekly basis or a daily basis, depending on the budget that you have, right? And yeah, so to create story ads, it is better to create a video, okay, or a collage of photographs or a slider of photographs. But you have to keep in mind that in merely 24 hours, that will get disappeared, that will be removed, right? Now, create vertical immersive content that captures attention and tells a story. Now, in YouTube, you might have noticed that to you, the alignment of the video is mostly on a portrait, or sorry, on a landscape kind of a thing, right? It's more of a horizontal, not a vertical format, right? Now, if you are on Instagram, the format alignment is only vertical. Okay, so so it's much easier to make. If you ask me, just take out a mobile phone. It's much easier to capture a it's a tree, or anything, and then post it on Instagram, and then edited ad filters and all that, and post it. So it becomes very easy. Yeah, otherwise, if you post horizontal content, then what will happen? The font size will reduce, and the format will change, and the value of the post that you're putting, it decreases. Okay. Now, how to define your campaign objective? Okay. Now, determining your advertising goals, such as increasing brand awareness, driving traffic of your website, or generating conversations with your community members, or with your clients, or with your customers, right? These should be the campaign objective for any campaign that you run. You're running a photo campaign. What is the objective? Your objective should be, what, I want to increase my brand awareness, right? Or I want to increase the traffic to my website, so I'll create a CTA, right? Call to action button. Or I want to generate conversations, so I want to start a poll, right? I want people to give opinion, so I can use this photo ad, and get them to do the poll, and then yeah, that way I'll be able to generate conversations. I might, you might have come across a certain reel saying that 50% off, only if you comment yes and then your location, whatever. So when people comment yes, I want, and I'm in this location, then bam, you have created um, conversations, right, with your clients, with your customers or consumers. Fair enough. Set your target audience. We have already discussed this before. So defining demographics, user behavior, user interest, and the location of your target audience is very important, because as a brand, okay, when you're launching a brand, or if there is already a brand which is existing, you want to build awareness. That brand exists in certain area, right? So, and then that brand will have certain age group in mind while they're creating products or services, right? So all you have to do is make sure that um, it is available, that information is available with you, so that you can make a you can target your audience properly, right? So what kind of information? Demographics, user interests, user behaviors, and location. So the all these will be available to you, and then you can make a proper decision and run successful campaigns, right? So when we are doing live, at that time we'll be able to show. Okay, monetize and optimize performance. Okay, now let's come to this point where it says regularly monitor. Okay, uh, regularly monitor your ad performance using ad manager tools. As I said, Instagram has inbuilt tools, and you can use those tools to create a dashboard, a dashboard of your reporting system. Okay, wherein people can see uh, your ads, but then you want to see how many people have has it reached, and what is the impact, and what is the um, how many people have engaged with that content or ad. You'll be able to learn all that by regularly monitoring and your content, right? And optimizing performance, like for example, whatever insights that you have gained, whatever information you have gathered from the desired report, right? Based on that, you will run the next campaign in a different fashion by implementing the knowledge that you have gained from the first campaign. Fair enough? Great. So let's just go straight back to the advanced techniques has also been done. Okay. All right. So basically, defining goals and creating variation, split test audience, monitoring and measure, analyze results, optimize and iterate, and track overall campaign performance. These are all part of you becoming a successful, um, successful ad manager, so to speak, of Instagram. Not only Instagram, but also YouTube and other platforms as well. Then you can uh, join a organization as a digital marketing analyst or a marketing specialist. Okay. And then you can help the brand, or your client, freelance client, to create ads, okay, and help them to create and achieve their goals. Okay, they can have a goal of creating brand awareness, or they can have a goal to increase website traffic or to drive sales. Simple as that. So what you can do is, once you implement these step by step processes, you will be able to become a professional in Instagram marketing, or any social media marketing, so to speak. All right. So, which we have already discussed before, that defining your goals, creating variations, okay, of the ads, and mm, uh, for example, you have created a photo ad. Now, with the same image, try to add another image or some similar image, and create a video image, a video ad, right? And see what which one works better, right? So something like that. Create a variation, doing a split A/B test of your audience. Okay, divide your audience into two or more groups. Okay, assign each group a different variation of your content. For example, between age to 18 to 25, you put one type of ad, and from the age of 26 to 34, you put another type of content, and see which one works better, right? And then do reverse, like vice versa, right? We just um, flip it in such a way that now the content which you have given it to the other age group, now you use it for between 18 to 24, and see what is their response. And the content that you have given in the previous A group, you give it to the B group and see how they respond, right? By doing these experiments for one or two times, you'll be able to gain a great amount of insights. Okay, a massive data will be there with you to analyze. So that will give you a clear path of how you should approach the advertising, uh, for your client or for your brand or for the organization that you're working for, right? Now, Instagram followers. So it's quite important. Okay, everybody keeps on asking me, you know what? We want to know how to overnight increase our Instagram followers. Now, there are certain strategies that can be implemented. Okay, to increase Instagram followers, right? Now, however, it's a consistent and a continuous process. Okay, it is not an overnight game. Okay, there's no magic trick that you do that and you get million followers overnight. Okay, no, there are strategies that can be done. Okay, however, I do recognize that there are a lot of people who claim that there are certain tools and bots, which can achieve. I wouldn't like to comment much on it, because first of all, it is against the guidelines. If you read the policy guidelines of Instagram or usage of Instagram, you'll find that any unethical way of or any way of tweaking the system, or any attempt is not encouraged at all by Instagram. So yeah, however, the Instagram does recognize that there has to be a way to strategize your follower count to be more and more over a period of time. So there are few strategies, and these are the ones. Okay, first you have to create high quality posts. Okay, you have to create engaging content on a regular basis, right? Now, what do you mean by regular basis? Regular basis means consistently. Like, it's not that once one post a day. No, you can produce, let's say, every 2 days you want to produce one content. That's fine, but every 2 days it has to be there, right? Or every day you're posting 10 posts. That's fine. Then be consistent. Then every day you have to put at least 10. Okay, because you've already started this the trend on your own, right? So it has, the consistency is the key. Okay. Now, the second one is you have to use relevant hashtags. Now, we have earlier discussed how important are hashtags, and how we can generate hashtags, um, and then how to make sure that hashtags create an impact on our content. So yeah, you have to leverage all the available technology and tools for you to make sure that you have the proper information about the hashtag that you're using. Okay. Now, it says engage with other users by liking or commenting on their post. This simply means that when others are posting something or others are engaging with you, you should also engage with them. Okay, you should also reach out to them. You should also tag them. You should also like their post and share it. So what happens? It creates a sense of belongingness. It creates attraction between you and the other followers, and they end up following you, right? And then you continue with that, so it builds a better relationship with a fellow content creators. Okay, or other users. It might happen that you're mentioning one of the users and it turned out to be one of the customer, right? So things like that has to be kept in mind at all times, right? Now let us say the other one. It says use Instagram stories to give your follower a behind the scene look of your brand or your business. Now, if you're using IGTV, that's also great. Okay, to do this. Okay, because mostly brands use IGTV to do that. Okay. However, it's also advisable that along with that, you also post something on Instagram stories to showcase the work in progress, to showcase the backstage, you know, um, or behind the scenes of your campaign, of your product, or the making of the product, or the team behind it, stuff like that. Engaging content. So people like to see all that, right? So if you can create something like that, you upload it on stories, and let the stories tell the journey of you or your brand or your client's vision or client's brand to go from zero to hero, right? So that journey you have to onboard your customers along with that, right? Now, it also says that collaborate with other users, especially with especially those with large following, which means collaborate with influencers, collaborate with people who are like celebrities, or we can call Instagram celebrities, or we can call them mini celebrities, whatever you want to call them. But just imagine if there is a person who has more than a million followers. Obviously, I will try to get in touch with that person. I'll try to like that content, whatever they're sharing. Okay, and then I will share that post with others, hoping that it might happen that when my work, okay, is highlighted here on a daily basis, then what happens? It's it becomes imperative that people like to collaborate with my brand, with me, with my work, as well as the clients or freelancers or whatever, in whatever setup you are working in. It's always helpful. Okay. Now, run promotions or contests to incentivize people to follow you. For example, you might have come across certain YouTubers or Instagram influencer, right? saying that, you know what, it's a lovely brand of so and so XYZ product, any product. Let's say an example, um, coffee. Okay. So what they will do is they will say, if you like this post, and if you put your name, we will send you, or your email address, or if you message us your email address and WhatsApp number, we will send you a coupon code, right? And you can order this coffee for 70% discounted price. Okay. Stuff like that. I'm just giving an example, but it can be done, created that way. Okay. And then the last but not the least, use Instagram's paid uh, advertising feature. Okay. And depending on the budget, however, how much ever your budget you have to use budget. Now creating ads, okay, we have to also follow certain strategy. If you have a budget of 10,000, you'll not spend the entire 10,000 on first campaign itself. No, you create a campaign for, like, let's say 5,000. Okay, and the remaining 5,000 you invest in the ad after analyzing the performance of your previous ad. Okay. So once that is in place, it will become much easier for you to make the decision making. Okay, and keep in all right. So basically, that's what it is, and it says keep in mind that getting followers on Instagram can be a slow process, which I already mentioned. So be patient and be very consistent. So all we have to do is make sure that we keep on updating our content on Instagram, and yeah, we'll use certain tools, certain you know certain validation softwares to do all of this in practical tomorrow. Okay, so do you have any questions in the theory part, that whatever we have discussed?
So, regarding about the AP system,
A B testing, yeah, yeah.
yes, yes, AP system, I didn't take about that one. AP system and experimentation should be ongoing process.
Yeah, so basically A B testing and experiment is basically you have to, whenever you're running a campaign, right? Let's say you're running a campaign photo ad. Okay, now you're putting a photo ad, you have one photo, right? In a photo ad you can only put one photo, right? Now I've put one photo and I'm running a campaign. And then I know my customer base is from 18 years to 34 years, right? So what I will do is I can create variation of that ad. Same photograph, I can present it in a different font or different way, right? With by using different color scheme, by using different filters. And then what I'll do is I will divide the group that I have, the audience that I have in mind. I'll divide it into two groups, group A, group B, right? With group A, I will put certain type of content. With group B, I'll put certain different type of content. But the image is same, okay? Everything is same. It's just that the look and feel is different. The color scheme is different. The filter is different. The font is different. Okay, but the message is same. Yeah.
Yes,
So I want to see
yes,
how it
yes, yes,
performs. I want to see whether people between the age of to 18 to 24 they like it more, or people between 34 to 26 to 34 they like it more. Right. Now to next day, what I'll do is flip whatever I give to them to B group, I'll give it to A group, and whatever I send it to A group, I'll send it to B group. What will happen by doing that is you will understand which group like what kind of designs. That's number one. Which group like what type of content. So you basically A/B testing helps you understand the behavioral pattern of any group. Okay, and once I know that, once I've learned that, what I can do is I can implement. Okay, okay. If I use this filter, this group does not click on it much or does not see this much, right? Are you get my point?
yes, yes, yes.
Right. So I can use certain data points like that, so certain insights that I've gained. So what I'll do is going forward when I create content, I will only try to create content which the group like, right? For example, if I'm creating content Then I'll create content for between age 18 to 24. I'll create content which is very colorful and all that, so that people they can it's more attractive. And for people who are above 26 and 34, I will create content which is not so colorful, but it has some basic, very decent points and clear, and it sends a message across easily. So like that, insights I will get with A/B testing. Fair enough. Have I made myself clear?
Yes, yes.
Do you have any other questions?
No, no. Sorry.
Oh, okay, right. So yeah, so basically this is Instagram masterclass theory in nutshell, and tomorrow what we'll do is we'll go through the practical. I have already created couple of content which is ready to go. So tomorrow we'll do a live class on how we can post photos and post reels and schedule them, and then also how to use ads, okay, and how to leverage on ads. Fair enough.
Okay.
All right, so since you don't have any questions, and everything's clear, the agenda of tomorrow is clear. We will end the session here. Thank you so much for your time and patience. And I hope this was very helpful for you to understand the Instagram masterclass, to understand the introduction to Instagram. So, what we will do is tomorrow we will do the part two of this video session. And yeah, so thank you so much again. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.